And they're off in the Arkansas Derby. And it is Smarty Jones. Afleet Alex blowing the field away. CURLIN is going to decimate this field. Victory gap. Concern from last to first to win it. Bodie Meister. What a song, American Pharoah. Breathtaking. Here they come into the stretch.
And look at this move from Secret Oath. Cyberknife has put away Kavad.
WSS Racing's Barber Road.
Barber Road, Cyberknife. Secret Oath is not going to get by. Cyberknife! In front! In front!
Courtland Simmons with you here at the CS Racing Report, and once again, it's the more composed man in black, Will Smith without the slap, and we come to you in navy blue with the review of the Arkansas Derby from Hot Springs, Arkansas, won by Cyberknife in 150.42 by 2 3/4 lengths over Barber Road, who was 3/4 of a length in front of the filly Secret Oath, who was 4.5 lengths in front of Doppelganger. And so as you look at the order of finish, some of the picks that I thought would factor into this race were persona non grata. The backstretch basically ended up being a bracket buster. There was a gas shortage, obviously, in Hot Springs because tanks went on empty. Horses got ragdolled and roasted in this race. We the People, Uno Ho, and Chasing Time just really didn't show up. And Doppelganger, in pressing the pace, did try to get into the early mix, dropped back, got swallowed up like the other aforementioned horses, and then he came on, strangely enough, to get the 4th spot to fill out the superfecta ahead of Kavad, who I thought held on very well. We're going to talk a little bit more about him. I thought he ran a pretty good race, even though he may be distance challenged. And when you break down the top 3, Secret Oath broke sharply, trailed, made that huge move on the turn, wasn't able to quite sustain it, kind of tailed off in the stretch run. That was my description of her. I thought she ran very well, and to me, given that Genuine Risk ran 3rd and didn't perform as well as this filly did on this particular Saturday, and she went on to win the Kentucky Derby, by the way, Genuine Risk. I thought Secret Oath's performance, the only reason why you wouldn't run her in the Derby is because the figures did come out slow overall for everyone in this race. Barber Road, track, got the inside trip, sustained his drive, got jostled in the stretch run, kind of went a little off course, but really gamely came on to get up, and that was my description of him. Got up for the 2nd spot, ran a very nice race. Call him the garbage collector because he is going to pick up the pieces for you. Whether he can do that in the Kentucky Derby, we'll see, but I think he's a horse that you can look at to cash some checks as the year goes along. And as for the winner, he broke alertly, he tracked in 4th, and then he made that dramatic move about 5.5 furlongs out, made that big move to split horses, took the lead authoritatively, drifted a few times in the stretch, drew off though, won convincingly. Only problem is the drifting off, and as I aforementioned, the overall buyer speed figure a little bit low at 92, just like Superstock last year. That is going to be a concern for everyone involved in this race as to whether these horses can jump up. But Cyberknife, the talent is there. There's no question about that. Horse got talent. And if he can fix a few things and stay the course and stay in his lane, to quote a catchphrase, he could be very, very dangerous in this Triple Crown trail. I thought he ran very, very well. The splits were legitimate. I think 22-11, Kavad carved it out, 46.54, 111.22 for the 3/4. The mile, 137 and 2/4. Horses were slowing down, but that's when Cyberknife took over the race. And went on, as I said before, to win in a fashion in which will not convince the bettors and the handicappers and fans alike that the Arkansas contingent will factor in the Triple Crown races, but one can never tell. You never can tell. It's the Kentucky Derby, and obviously Cyberknife and Barber Road are going to move on to the Derby. The other horses, there are going to be other options. I think they're going to have to explore. I think Kavad is a horse you may see in the Pat Day Mile. Some of these others, Chasing Time and Uno Ho, are probably going to shorten up, and that's probably going to be a logical target for them. If they decide to reroute to run in the Summer Derby races, they're still going to have to encounter some of these horses that are coming off the Triple Crown trail, be it the Derby, Preakness, or the Belmont, and they're going to have to deal with those entities. So the road is still going to be a tough one to hoe, and there's going to have to be marked improvement in these horses that failed in the Arkansas Derby. But in the meantime, back to Brad Cox and Cyberknife. They win the Arkansas Derby in 150.42 for the mile and an eighth, punching their ticket to the Kentucky Derby. We're going to certainly cover the upcoming preps on this long and winding road to the Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby right here at the CS Racing Report.
He has not been asked the question, but everyone knows the answer. Here they come into the stretch of the Arkansas Derby. Smarty Jones. One step more to Kentucky. CURLIN is on his way. Victory gallop going to Kentucky. One of the most impressive Arkansas Derby wins ever. Afleet Alex has kicked it into gear.
There's a quarter of a mile to run in the Arkansas Derby. Cyberknife has put away Cabot. Secret Oath is not going to get by. Cyberknife in front, in front.
The winner of the 86th running of the Arkansas Derby, Cyberknife, and jockey Florent Giroux.